Good afternoon, Flosstube. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Daphne, and today is June 2nd of the year 2022. And you have reached my channel, that is about cross stitch and the progress that I make on all of my projects. First, I would like to say welcome back to all my current subscribers, and I would also like to extend a very warm welcome to any of the new subscribers that have come and found my channel. And if you have not yet, hit the subscribe button. So with that, we're just gonna get right into it. I have 2 finishes this month, but I only have 1 in my possession. The first one that I do not have in my possession, I'll put a picture in and a little video clip in, of the blanket that I made for my youngest niece, one of my younger nieces. She just had her first baby in April, and I made a blanket in the theme of the baby's room, which was dinosaurs. And what I did is I took the pre-stamped template that they have on the blanket, and I used the months, the numbers, and the letters that they spelled out for months as what was already on there. I used that, and then on the side that had the moon and stars and like some vine work and flowers, I was working on some dinosaurs. So what I'll do is I'll have the picture on the screen here of the finished product, and then I will insert a video of the finished piece in detail. It was a lot of work. There were 8 dinosaurs, I believe, that I used on this one. Yeah, there was 8, and I used the waste canvas. And let me tell you, pulling that waste canvas out, that was a lot of work. There were times that I was like, never again am I going to do waste canvas, but never say never, you know. The way that it turned out was very nice, and I liked the way that it turned out, and I believe my niece, I know she likes it as well. She already used it for the baby's 1-month pictures, which was nice, which was my goal, to get it done before the 1 month, so she could use it, obviously. So I will put in that video here. So the next finish that I had was one of my whip go calls for May, and I finished it fairly quickly in the month. I'm just looking to see. I finished it on 5/9 of 2022. I haven't fully finished it yet, but it's in here. I don't. Oh, I do have the image thing here. It's this one right here. Is what it with what I was calling teachers, but I don't think that's what they are calling it. But this is what I was doing as a gift, my gift one. I'm making a second one for myself, but if I finish it, I do. If I don't, I don't. No biggie. I might do a couple more for other of my friends that I know that I used and former coworkers that I used to work with. So that's what that looks like. And here is what it looks like. And this is 14 count white Ada. And here it is completely finished. I'm not going to say what I turn it into in case the person watches, and if she watches, she's going to see that this is hers because it's got her name on it. Unless I can figure out a way to cover her name. But here it is, all complete. The only thing I had to do is I had to outline her name because it didn't put the name far enough up. So one of the letters went into the thing. So I've got a little bit of Ada left here on the bottom. Then we'll figure out what we're going to do. I know what I want to do with this, so hopefully I can do it. And we'll go from there. I just got to throw it, place it in the wash, so that it can have its bath day and get ironed and be all ready to go. So those were my two finishes for the month of May. Not too bad. They were both a day apart from each other. The blanket was on the 10th of May. At least the stitching part of it was the 10th of May. And then the teachers was the 9th of May. So those were within 2 days of each other. So we're just going to go here. The first one on my list of whips that I worked on this month is Game of Thrones piece. And I've worked on this a little bit today for the start of June. So when I started the month in May, I had 195,756, and the finished stitch count for the month was 197,678 for a total of 1,922 stitches, which I know I definitely finished in filling in this diagonal here. I think, I started this one, I know that for definite, this one here. I think I finished filling in the one before it. And like I said, I just did these little bits today working on it. And we will go from there. So this one, still a little ways to go before I even hit, I still have another full page and a little bit before I reach this row of pages, and this would be the 4th row of pages, which still is not, to my best ability, my guess is that this is still not going to get me to 50%. I think it's like 40-something percent, 42, it's in the low 40s. So here's the Game of Thrones. And the next one on my list is the model stitch that I'm doing for Stitching Jules. And it's one of her pieces that she already has up on her store. And my starting count was 13,803. And my ending for the month was 24,003 stitches, which is a total of 10,200 stitches, because I try to stay between, some days I get like 200 stitches, but I try to stay between 200 to 400, 500 in that range. And if I stay at that rate, I'll have it finished by the end of July. So, which is nice. Get that one done, get it off to her, and see what's next in the pipe. So the next one, we'll just go for this one here, right on top. This is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Under the Sea Club. I'm doing as called for everything, because I bought the entire kit from them. This is 28 or 32, I don't remember. I think it's 28 count. Actually, I should have the thingy in here. I do. 28 count cashel. The color is Nessie by Picture This Plus. And we got part 3 in May, and I finished that one yesterday. So we are completely caught up until late June. So here is, okay, come on. There we go. Here is the whole, we'll just go this way then. The whole thing. The mermaid, not the mermaid, sorry. Yes, the mermaid. The 2 dolphins were the first part. The second part was the scuba diver, the fish, and the stingray. And the third part, I'll bring it in closer for you so that you can see it. And I'll fold it so that you get a better view. The third part was the treasure chest with the coral reefs. It was a pretty fun, I enjoyed stitching it. I've been enjoying the whole entire process of this one. And I stitched this one, I've been stitching this one in hand, which is nice. I just sit on the couch, as you can see, rolled up a little bit on the bottom, but I fold it when I put it away. So there's that one. I'm caught up on that Sal, the one and only Sal that I'm actually caught up on. But that's okay. So that one's all done. And then next here we have Pandemic. Let me just mark these off. Pandemic is on 30 count linen and barley corn by Access Commodities. And I did 1,208 stitches this month. For May. This one will get picked up, which we'll go into when we go over plans. This is 1/1 on 30 count. So here is what it looks like currently, and where, what much I did the last month. I believe I worked in here some. I think I started a little over here. And this little bit here is all that I have left for this row, and this row of pages will be done. So there's Pandemic. Still loving it. Mrs. Ada Silk in hydrangea. 1 strand. Full cross. Not sure how I'll end up with backstitch, but the only one that I might end up backstitching a little bit is the people's, so that you can see that they have heads on it, but we'll see what I do with that. I had a thought of using some purple sewing thread to see if I can do it that way. I'll put that here. And then next one we got here is my QS Holiday, and this one didn't get as much progress as I would have liked, but that's okay. It's got 973 stitches. And this one was one of my WIP goes for May, I believe. no, it was, it was back in March. So I've been able to cross the first 10 days off. So here is where we are currently located with this lovely project. I'm working on finishing out the current diagonal that I'm on. Down here is, come on, stay up there. These are the threads that I'm working on. You guys stay back there. These are the threads that I'm currently working on filling in. So it's a lot of the light colors on the white fabric. So I think most of what I did this month was just taking and working in the my part threads in that diagonal there. This is I think almost a full page complete. I think maybe part of this diagonal here. It's definitely, there's a little bit of a bottom page, so I know that there's definitely a page on the bottom that's complete. But like I said, that's just a little tiny piece. So this one will come back out this month again. This is one of my pieces that I work on every single month for one of my stitchy groups. A year-long focus piece for that group. And I didn't show this. This is what it will look like when it is complete. There you go. The Heaven and Earth Designs QS A Stitch in Time Holiday. This is the very bottom of the big Stitch in Time. The very, very bottom one. And I just liked it. It just reminds me of home. You know, the snowman. And I liked it. There's that one as called for, 28 count 1/1 full cross. Next piece we got here is my snowman stocking. And I do not have a picture of this. I will print one out. But it's a Heaven and Earth Designs as well. And this one was one of my whip goes for May for 10 days. Yes, for 10 days, and I got 7 of the 10 days. It happens. I was really focused on getting that blanket done this month, so other things kind of took a little back burner. So this one I did 4,120 stitches. And this, I want to say, not 100% sure on the count. It's either 28 or 32, but I'm thinking it's a 28. Let me fold it so you guys can see it. So here is, once I get it to cooperate with me, excuse me, here is where we are. Almost completely covered from the moon, from the top of the moon to the top of the stocking. There's going to be a little bit of a name band up here that I haven't done yet. Because that's going to be the white. I think white with his name written in red, because this is for my boyfriend. So, as you can see, there are still some empty spots, but the majority was this blue in here. I went from this side and just worked my way over, filling in all the blue. This blue that's up here. There is some more blue down below the stocking as you further work your way down. But I might, when I pick this one up, try to fill in these empty spots if I have that floss. If not, I'll try to work on the moon, or I'll just keep filling in with what I have. So there's the snowman stocking. So I still need to do 3 days to get the goal for May. So you might see this one in June, most likely, but we'll see what happens. But it's, I believe, on the board again. We'll look at that later. And the next one here is my other WIPCO piece for May, sorry, which is my 3 Things sampler by Maura Blackburn, and this was slotted for goal for 10 days. My original thing was 10 days in that month it's called. So that's what I'm trying for, is 10 days in the month that it's called. There's one that I'm actually working on this month that I'm gonna forego that 10 days in the month it's called, and I'll explain all that later. But if the month has already called, so with this one I only got 3. I got 2, maybe 3 days. I might have missed a day marking it. So any other times that I work on it from now until the end of the year, I'll mark that for the May WIPCO. Because that's the only, it's on there another time, but up until the time that this is called a second time, this will be, I'll count those days for the May goal. The month that it's called, I'll start tracking for those days that I work on that month. That's what I'm doing with the snowman stocking. I still have a backlog, so I still have 8 days that I need to use before the end of the year for the snowman stocking to meet both of those goals for 20 days throughout the year. So this one I worked on, I believe, 2 or 3 days. I have to go back and look, and we will continue tracking those days after that. This is on the called for fabric, which I thought I had the thing here. Yes, I do. It's right here. It's 32 count flax linen by Witchelt, and I'm doing this 2/2. And the whole border was done a long time ago. But, so here's the whole entire border. That's all done. Completely done. What I worked on this month is I did the W. I think I finished out the barrel. Worked on this, started this goes over here, so I started working on that. And then I came over here and finished this one. And started working on the little thing over here. So I'll bring it in closer so you guys can see it. And I still need to fill in these 2 flowers. But I think what I'm going to do is focus on finishing this first page, and then I'll come over here, finish the second page, finish the third page, move down to the next row of pages. I mean, I could bounce around anywhere because I got the whole thing bordered in. So I could just go anywhere and count it, but I kind of like the going in pages with this one. So here is the 3 Things sampler. I got 3 days this month. So I still need to do another 7 to count the May goal complete, and then the next time it's called, we'll have 10 days. So we will see what happens with that one. And then next on the list is my sunflowers. This one got 401 stitches. And this is a Heaven and Earth Designs Mary Ann Broom 1/1 full cross 28 count white, called for DMC. I am working in this corner here. I'm starting to get more of the flowers in. So I think this one got 1 day of work. Repurposing another fabric. There we go. Folded it just right, so it works out. So, and There we go. Oops, almost. There. Now we're good this time. So I basically finished this diagonal. These 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks here. So when I pull it out this month in June, I will start back at the top and work my way down. I'm thinking of, working this piece, the diagonal of 10 by 10 by the diagonal blocks, the whole length or the whole width of the project from top to bottom, so that you can see all the flowers come in instead of doing, because when you look at it in the picture, I mean, there's not much background, but if I was just to do the top pages, it would just be this, and then that. At least if I'm going diagonal, I'm kind of getting a little bit of a variety of background, flower, leaf, background. So I think that's the way I'm going to do this one. So there is sunflowers. Let's fold this one back up. And then we will grab the next piece. And then this is falling down in a minute. There we go. And then the next piece that I grabbed here is my modern folk embroidery. The River is what it's called. This was in the Resolution stitching box from the Black Needle Society. I'm using this one as a rainy day stitch, so I need to mark it down for today because it's been raining on and off all day today. So I need to make that on my list, put that in and get it in. I'm not sure if I worked on it in May, but I'm going to show you anyway. I don't remember. And this is being stitched on 56 count Zweigart linen in the colorway cream with 1 strand of floss over 2, and it is Forbidden Fiber Co.'s River of Life, which was in the Resolution box as well. And here is the floss. There's the bluesy greens. So like I said, I'm not sure if this one was worked on this month or not. Hang on. Okay, it's in the back. Didn't know where my needle was. That's how wide it's going to be. It's going to be a little bit, a little over the halfway mark, because it fits in my Q-snap widthwise, but doesn't fit lengthwise. So here it is. I'm not sure if I put any stitches in it in May. But here's this one. And this one I don't take any pictures of starting points at all, because I just use it when it rains. So there's that one. I like the 56 count. Nice and tiny. I know that some people don't like the tiny stuff, but that one's tiny for me and I like it. The next one that I got here is my NYC Twin Tower scene by Stitching Jules Designs. She changed the name of this, but this is still nothing but, the only thing that's changed, there we go, is the name of the pattern. The pattern is still the same, the image is still the same, it's just the name she changed. And this is stitched on 1/1 on 28 count sandy bottom even weave by Fortnight fabrics, and I'm using the called for DMC. And this one got a total of 1,769 stitches this month. I think I used it for a prompt in addition to working it on the 11th of every month. So it had significant progress this month. So here is where we are at. This building is almost complete from the top down. I think starting on this row here is where there is no stitches. And then it's where I'll pick it up. So what I'm doing with this is I finished doing it building by building on the top of the bridge, and then I'll go down and do the same process, but on the bottom of the bridge. I go into the building and I look at the topmost stitch on the left-hand side, and I pick that and I work that until the thread is gone, or until there's no stitches in that area. And sometimes that has resulted in me having to pull a second strand in order to get all the stitches done. Or I'll just work until the strand is done, but most of the time I work until the strand is done and then I pull for another strand. So basically I'm working until all the stitches are done in that symbol, in that one building. So the first building is completely done from the bridge up. The second building is, I want to say, probably like 50%, 60% complete from the top up, from the top of the bridge up. Some of the stitches have gone down below the bridge, which is fine because I'm still trying to use up that strand of floss. So I'll do that as well. So this is the NYC Tower, Twin Towers scene that I work on the 11th of every month as my memorial piece. And then back in there. Okay. So that's that one. The next one that we got in my box is Caterpillar Cross Stitch. How Does Your Garden Grow? This started beginning of the year, at the end of last year. I don't remember exactly. It's a mystery stitch along. And we are up to, we got part 5 is the last part that we received. And I am here to say that I have part 1 complete, part 1 complete. No, sorry. I only have part 4 completely complete. Part 4 was the sunflowers and the lavender. Part 1 was I'm just looking at the pattern here. I don't remember. What is this? Part 1? Okay. Part 1 was the pumpkins, the mushrooms, and the watering can, and then there's a tomato plant coming out of the watering can. I started part 3 over here, the shovel, and then the little tiller thingy. Haven't finished putting that in. And part 5 is the white picket fence. There is a lake or a pond, and there's rain boots. So that will get worked on, and then we will receive the last part. And this is called for fabric. I bought it as the whole kit. 2/2, 28 count, I believe. And this one I'm stitching in hand as well. So I do a little bit of in hand and frame stitching. So I like to mix it up a little bit. And then that one I don't show. What is this one? I don't think I worked on this one. I think this is one of my other stitch alongs. I mean, this is my Narnia stitch along. Yeah. I'll show you this one. I haven't gotten that far on it. This is, and you can't really see the colors that well. There you go. This is the Chronicles of Narnia stitch along from Stitching Book Club. She unfortunately has no more to sell. She only had so many to sell that she got permission from the C.R. Lewis Foundation to do. I need to get back to that one as well. So maybe I'll work this one into the rotation of my Sal's. Like if I finish the Under the Sea, then I can put that one in and work on that one a little bit and kind of flip them back between the two of them. The piece that I work on for one of my best friends, I don't show that because I know she has seen my channel before and I'm not sure if she still watches, so I don't want to show it because I want it to be a complete surprise for her. And that one I did 1,028 stitches, I think that says. I can't remember if it's a 7 or a 2. So those are my pieces that I worked on this month. My Whipco pieces for June is Pandemic for 20 days. That was both numbers. Both of the Whipco numbers for this month was numbers were 16 and 9, which is my Pandemic piece. So I will show you again. I just showed you, but we will show it again. Not a problem. So here is where my Pandemic piece is. So we will see how many days I get in for the year. This is one of my focus pieces as well for one of my stitching groups. So it definitely gets worked on every month. We will just see how many days I get in it. Otherwise, besides those days that I use it to get the stitches that I need. And then other than that, those just working on my normal pieces for the month. My 3 focus pieces, which is the Game of Thrones piece, the Pandemic piece, and the QS, I call it QS Holiday. Those are the definite 3 that definitely get work on them each month. One other one that I pulled out this month to work on is the piece that I'm using, that I am stitching, and is in memory of my mom. This is Scent of Old Roses. She liked roses and she liked purple, so I figured, why not do this piece? I've been working on it for a year or 2. And her and I share the same birthday, which happens to be towards the end of this month. So I figured I will work on this one every day this month. One of my other groups that I'm in, they have a 30-minute a day for 5 days task every month, every week. So I'll use this one and get the 30 minutes 5 days a week. I might not work on it on the weekends. I might use the weekends to get other stitching done, but this will definitely be 5 minutes a day, Monday through Friday. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So that is that one right there. And I'm using Called for Floss. The only thing I changed is I changed the fabric, and I know I had it stuck here on one of these. I'm using 32 count Earthen Lugana, and I'm doing it 2/2. And it's still in my frame because I was working on it last night. So let me just pull the bottom off here for you so you get the full from the midpoint to the bottom is completely done, except for all the beads. The beads have not been put in at all, and I'm working on the top. I started doing the skin, which unfortunately with this earthen fabric you can't see until I get everything around it stitched. Luckily her skin is not shown, just skin with nothing around it. So I don't know if you can, hang on, behind there, you can kind of see a little bit of skin right in here. I'm attempting, there you go, attempting to do the skin 1/1. My first attempt at 1/1 skin, it's going good. 1/1 on 32 count, not that bad with DMC. So once this, after I'm done having this conversation with you guys and showing you all my progress, I will get this back out, and I'll probably just work on filling in around the skin a little bit more. I might pull out and do some more whisper floss, because I gotta fill in all the way over here with whisper and finish up here. What I've been doing is I'll do a little bit of whisper, a strand or two, little strip of whisper, and then I'll go work with the DMC, because it's a lot of work to do the whisper. You gotta do short threads, short strands. There she is. I can't wait to have her done. Hang up on my wall. There's Scent of Old Roses. Like I said, she's definitely getting work 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I believe that is everything that I am anticipating to work on this month. There might be other things thrown in there depending on what some of my prompts say or prompts ask for within the stitching. But other than that, those are all of my whips for the month and what I'm going to work on for what whipco pieces and my focus pieces. So we will now go into the haul. I have not received my fabric of the month yet from Crazy Annie. Crazy Annie's stitching, and that fabric of the month is from Fortnight Fabrics. Have not received May yet, so when I get May, I will put it aside and I can hopefully show it to you at the beginning of July. But I did get my Black Needle Society May subscription box. I won't go into full details on every item that's in the box, because I did do an unboxing on that, so you will see, if you want to see a detailed, detailed video of the contents of this box, feel free, 2 or 3 videos, 1 or 2, maybe 3 videos back is the unboxing of this. But I'm just going to go into really quickly the contents of the box, because some people might not want to see that. It was mermaids, unicorns, and dragons, oh my. And that was the theme for the May box. And the next box, I think, is Christmas in July, for July. So we got the accessories tray. So this, I know I showed this in the video, it all clips together and makes a cute little tray to put all your accessories in your stitching spot, or you can take it with you on retreats, which I know there's a lot of retreats coming up in this month. There's StitchCon and all those fun ones. And then the specialty floss, which is in these fun little boxes here, is a Fiberlicious Unicorn Dreams, and it's very colorful, rainbow style. floss, and then you've got your mermaid tail cup with your cover, and it's got your straw, and then your needle minder. This time was designed by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it's a little dragon cross-stitching. I think he's kind of cute. He'll go right up on my stitching on my needle minder wall so that he can be pulled out to be used. And then there's a mermaid bottle opener. She's pretty heavy. I don't know if I'll ever use her. I might just... And then there's unicorn scissors. And then one thing that I really liked when we saw it was we've got the Thatcher's Gourmet Popcorn Unicorn. They did this one in one of their boxes, and it was like a caramel corn, which was really good. So I believe it was these guys. And then we've got unicorn stickers. And we've got the unicorns and mermaids and I don't see no dragons on it. But it's still cute. It was Love You More Studio designed it, I believe. And it's the purple fabric inside. And here is the pattern that comes in the pattern for this month. It is the Beauty and the Beast. So you got your mermaid and you got your little serpent guy thingy. And this one is 140 by 195. On 28 count, over 2 threads, it's 10 by 13.9. And there is Mill Hill beads. So I might even go on 32 count. So there's that one. I like that one. I don't know what fabric I'll put it on, but we will see when we get there. So that is the unicorns, dragons, mermaids, oh my box, and that's really the only haul that I actually have here to show you. Okay, come on. Get back in the box. There you go. And I think that is all that I have for today. There is one series that I wanted to, talk about with everybody, to let you guys know what's going on with it. It is the one that I started with the Monopoly game board. I can show you, in case you're not familiar with the Monopoly game board. It was a unicorn of mine for a while, and then they found it. And then I started it. So here's the Monopoly game board. I'm doing everything as called for. I'm doing it, well, not everything. They did it on 14 count, I believe. I'm doing it on 28 count, over 2. 2 over 2. So what's happening with that is, I think what I'm going to do is, my first one went up a couple weeks ago, and so I'm due to put up my next one. Maybe over the weekend I can get that up on Saturday. This will probably be up tomorrow, Friday. I don't want to go too close together with all this stuff, but I don't want to go too far apart. So I'm thinking those ones, the Stitch With Me on the Monopoly board, I'm thinking every 2 weeks for one, so you'll get 2 a month. Some of them will have, I will talk. Some of them will just be, some quiet music in the background, and some may not have any background noise at all. It just depends on what's going on around me at that current time. If anybody's home, whatever the case may be. And then I'm going to try to do at least one regular Stitch with Me this month as well, and have that up. I might do that with my Mirabilia and maybe show some 1/1 skin. I don't know how that will come through on video, considering the skin is kind of close to the fabric color, but if it doesn't show through, then that's fine. I'll pick another project and work on that. So for now, that is everything that I have. I hope that everybody had a great May. I hope that everybody had a peaceful and enjoyable Memorial Day weekend, and took the time to think about the people that have, sacrificed their life for our freedom here. And I hope that everybody has a great June and you get a lot of stitching done. And like I always say, if the project that you're working on is not bringing you joy, then it's okay to put it aside for a little while and pick up something else, until you find something that is, and so you can find joy in your stitching again. This is a hobby for us, and you shouldn't be stressed or anxious or whatever the case may be as you're stitching. For me, I use my stitching time as a way to unwind, relax, pass the time, whatever the case may be. And yeah, there are times, that I haven't wanted to stitch, and I don't, because I don't want to put those feelings into my pieces. I want to be able to look at my piece and think of all the good things about when I was stitching it, or who it's for, or whatever. I don't want to think about what was going on in my life at that time, what was going on in the world at that time. I want to be able to keep the happy thoughts and the happy memories. So if the piece that you're working on isn't bringing you joy, then it's okay to put it away, and pull out another piece that is. So with that, I will say have a great day, have a great week, have a great month, and I'll see everybody in my next update in July. But I'll see you guys in my Stitch with Me's. Alright? Have a good one.